Good afternoon. So today I'm going to present the topic is AI-based forecasting analysis for Gogoro. Gogoro is a Taiwanese electric scooter company. I'm from Taiwan, so I'm always like to put the Taiwanese business in my assignment. So and also I'm actually a Gogoro user. I have the electric scooter when I was in Taiwan, so I think this is a good thing. I mean, interesting topic for me. Hopefully, also for doctor. So in this presentation, sorry. So uh, again, is basically the product of Gogoro is electric scooter, but also a smart battery swapping ecosystem. So, so I'm gonna explain the company's financial performance, forecasting methodology, protective future performance, and the AI role of AI tools, like the Tableau that we use like playing the financial forecasting. So, uh, this is a company overview. It's business from Taiwan. It combines electric scooter manufacturing with a subscription-based battery swapping service. So it's a little bit different from Tesla, and also it has a driver in the United States. So like for Tesla, it's like they have the supercharge, but they also you can charge Tesla at home as long as you got the cable the wireless the wire, but it's quite different because like for Tesla, the supercharge out there in public, it's like depends on what the time you charge in there and how much actually you charge. But Gogoro, you are not able to charge it at home because they have their specific battery that they put in the trunk of the scooter. And every time you're running out of power or you feel like you don't feel confident with the remaining power, you just go to the station, you put the battery back into the tank, and they will give you two full charge. So it's actually quite different from Tesla, and also like what we say, what I put in the slide. It's a sorry, subscription based model. It's not no matter how much you put, you just put the same money. I mean, they do have different programs that for the different users. Like you are just for the daily commute, or you like to travel a little bit like a city walk. They have different programs, but basically a subscription based. As long as you're in a certain amount of certain miles, like you use like every month, you can choose the program that is proper for you. So the main objective of this project was to analyze Gogoro's historical financial performance and use the AI forecasting tools in Tableau to estimate the future company performance. So I will focus on three key financial areas: the revenue growth, the profitability, and the cash flow. So we also evaluate how external factors such as market competition, economic conditions, and the government policy may influence the future performance. Let's start with the financial history. So looking at Gogoro's financial history, we can see both strengths and the challenge. Revenue initially increased because of the strong electric scooter adoption and the growth of the battery subscription system. But in recent years, the revenue started declining because of the weaker consumer demand and the stronger competition in the electric vehicle market. So at the same time, the company's net losses increased due to the high operating cost, infrastructure investment, international expansion, and the battery system maintenance. So this means that although the Gogoro continues growing their user base, the profitability remains a major challenge. I'm not sure is that a good thing or bad thing, but honestly, for Gogoro, also for Tesla, I think the maintenance of the vehicle or the scooter itself is actually really cheap, and they have really good endurance. Like it's actually really hard for Gogoro or for Tesla. I know I mean, definitely Tesla has their own problem. I'm not sure how Tesla facing this challenge, but for Gogoro, I feel like it isn't necessary for you. Like after you purchase one scooter from Gogoro, I would say probably in maybe like 5 or like another 7, either 10 years, you don't have to change your scooter. Unlike those like traditional fossil fuel motorbike, they have a lot of like problem. You have to maintain the engine, different kind of oil, the gear inside it, a lot of mechanical structure that is fragile. I would say it's fragile, but for electric scooter, it's actually really good endurance. It's hard to break it, you know. So I mean, this is kind of something that we can kind of tell them from like why their revenue cannot continue growth, because like they already facing the challenge, like even though they have a really loyalty, really good loyalty from the customer. I mean, I'm not going to buy like 3 Gogoro in my home. I just have one if it's just for me. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I think that's my personal like opinion. And then for the forecasting analyzers, we use Tableau AI forecasting tool. It's a free version from the link on our Gap. I don't think that is. I mean, it probably is usable, but probably I don't think it's really accurate, or it can have a long term. Because like even though I tried really hard to like extend like as small as I can, it can only be 1 year more. So let's see. So the historical financial data from previous years was entered into a Tableau to generate a trend line and a future projection. So several forecasting methods were applied, including the trend analysis, regression analysis, time series forecasting, and scenario planning. So the trend analysis helped to identify the long-term financial pattern, with regression analysis estimate future performance. Based on the historical data, and the scenario planning allowed us to evaluate how different market conditions could influence the company's future result. We'll start with the revenue forecast. Next page, you will see that. Okay, this chart shows like the Gogoro's revenue forecast generated using Tableau. The solid blue line represents historical revenue data, with a shaded forecast are represent predicted future revenue performance. So from the chart, we can observe that Gogoro's revenue peaked around like 2022, and then started decline. The forecast suggests that revenue may continue decreasing slightly before eventually stabilizing. This trend reflects the weaker hardware sales and increased market competition. The current subscription-based battery service may help stabilize the revenue in the long term, because a subscription income creates more predictable cash flow compared to one-time scooter purchases. And then we'll come to the profitability forecast. So the chart focuses on the net income, the trend. And the graph clearly shows that Gogoro has experienced an increase in net loss over time. The forecasted section suggests that the losses may continue in the near future, at least until 2026. So there are several factors contribute to this trend, including the infrastructure expansion cost, operational expenses, research and development cost, and international market expansion. However, the rate of decline appeared to stabilize slightly in the forecast area, which may indicate that a potential operational improvement in the future if the company successfully control costs and expand the subscription revenue. Then will be the cash flow forecast. So this chart presents Gogoro's operating cash flow forecast. The historical trend shows increasingly negative cash flow due to large investment in battery swapping infrastructure and operational activities. The forecast suggests that cash flow pressure may continue in the short term. However, if subscriber growth continues and the company improves operational efficiency, the financial condition could gradually improve over time. This chart is important because cash flow is often one of the most critical indicators of a company's financial sustainability. And then we'll talk about the external factor and the risk. So several external factors may significantly influence Gogoro's future performance. The first one I would say would be the competition from the traditional motorcycle companies such as Kinko and Yamaha. They are two of the biggest brand for motorbike or a motorcycle in Taiwan. They not only have a really sustainable, traditional fossil fuel motorbike, which has its own consumer, but they are also recently increased their electric scooter market. The second will be the inflation, and the rising interest rate may reduce consumer purchase power and lower the demand for electric vehicles. And the last will be the Gogoro's growth partially depends on the government environmental policy in an electric vehicle subside. If subside decreases, the customer demand may weaken. So external risks create uncertainty in forecasting and highlight the importance of scenario planning. We will come to the role of the AI in forecasting. The AI tools such as Tableau provided the several advantages in the financial forecasting. They can quickly analyze the historical data, identify trend, visualize pattern, which is like, and also like during the future projection. I mean, it's actually really different from the traditional the tool like we used before, like Excel, or like if it, I myself, I use Apple, I use what's it called, the Pages? No Pages, no. Numbers. Same thing like Excel, just like Apple version. But both of them are only to do the analysis for the historical data, but none of them can do the forecasting. I mean, it's actually really impressive part. So it improved the efficiency and supported better business on the decision making. But the AI forecasts are not perfect for sure, because like the forecast accuracy depends heavily on the data quality, the market stability, and the forecasting assumption. A lot of unexpected factors like economic change, the policy shift, or consumer behavior change can significantly reduce the prediction accuracy. For example, during COVID-19 those period, I'm pretty sure because of the policy, people have to stay at home, they're not able to go out. There's no demand for the more electric scooter. So this is the thing that AI, at this for now, the AI cannot predict that. So I would say we just take it as we can kind of like refer that, but we can't actually believe it a lot, like especially when using the student version free and only for 1 year. I mean the predict area only 1 year is definitely here. I'm pretty sure the accuracy is doubtable, but I would say AI tools should support them if they are still able to support the managerial judgment rather than we just like guessing by one more from our feeling and looking at the data. I mean, some of those talented people, they do have the gift that they are able to actually tell the future, like actually do the forecasting by themselves. But definitely AI supported will be more benefit for most like global people. We come to a conclusion. So the Gogoro demonstrates a strong long-term potential because of its innovative subscription-based battery swapping ecosystem and the leadership position within Taiwan's electric mobility market. Actually, scooters are a really important tool, like a commute tool in Taiwan. Like, people doesn't really like to drive. We like to ride scooter a lot. So I would say still they have their potential, but definitely you have to do something to reverse the forecast. Every forecast is like they are going down. They definitely have to do something. I mean, one of the good examples, like what I know, is like Tesla recently they allowed other brands electric car to use their supercharge, which is actually really good because their supercharge really works much better than other any kind of charging system. So I think Gogoro should kind of like think about that. Maybe they can try to cooperate with other rivals to provide their battery swapping system to increase the revenue from that part. So the company is still facing a lot of like major profitability and the cash flow challenge because of the high operational and expansion cost. So the forecasting analysis suggests that the future growth will depend heavily on the subscription revenue growth and operational efficiency and the market condition. So this project also demonstrates how AI forecasting tools such as Tableau can help organizations analyze financial trends and support strategic planning decisions. This is my reference. Thank you for listening.